Congrats on getting your real estate license. Today I'm going to share with you the top 7 things that I would do if I were to start over my career. Now, these top 7 things that you need to do, you should do within the first month of getting your real estate career. Now, before we get going, it's important to know that my coaching is not for everybody. I'm obviously interested in coaching people that are interested in high performance and in achieving great things in the real estate world. There's some things in here that, will be interesting to you if you're interested in achieving high results. So before I get going on the list, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Marty Clement. I've been selling real estate for 16 years now, and over the past couple of years, I've really developed a passion for passing on the knowledge that I acquired over those years and sharing with new agents what works, what doesn't work, what you need to focus on. And this is exactly what this list is about. Okay, so let's get going. Number 1, if you're a high performance type of person, this might be hard for you to believe, but there's a lot of agents out there that refuse to set a goal. And I'm telling you, if you want to be successful, you need to set a goal. I can spot agents that come into the industry, and when I ask them what they're going to achieve the first year, they say, I don't know, we'll see what happens. How much money do you want to make off? As much as possible. Those agents have a high rate of failure. There's a high probability that they'll exit the industry. But the guy or the girl that comes into this industry and says, my first year I'm going to achieve $80,000 in GCI, or 200,000, or whatever the number is. If they have a goal, they have such a higher rate of success, such a better chance of achieving success, right? If you don't know where you're going, how are you going to get there? We've all heard that before. Number 2, get clear on your finances. I want you to make an itemized list of what you own, of what you owe, figure out how much your net worth is. If you're not sure how to calculate that, I'm sure there's some good accounting channels on YouTube that you could look into. But essentially, I want you to get a list of things that you own. If you own real estate, if you own a car, stocks, money in the bank, and then get a list of stuff that you owe, the credit cards that you owe, the lines of credits, the mortgage, blah, blah, blah. And then get clear on what your net worth is and mix it in with the first thing we talked about, setting a goal. Maybe you want to increase your net worth. And on that topic also of getting clear on your finances, if you're new to this industry, which I believe you are if you're watching this video, it's important for you to be very cautious when you start to make a lot of money. The last thing you want to do is upgrading your lifestyle quicker than your income. And I've been victim of this over my career. In the beginning, you start making more money than you've ever made in your life. Well, then you go get a nicer car, and then you get a nicer house, and then you get extra payments on other stuff. You have these payments that will creep up on you. So my advice to you would be keep it light. Obviously, spoil yourself when it's warranted and when you can afford it. But the last thing you want to do is get locked into some payments that make real estate no longer enjoyable for you, but a necessity. It's so sad when I see agents out there that they need to make a sale, or else they can't live. They can't make the mortgage payment. They can't make the payment on the credit cards. Stay light. Stay very, very light. And then when you have the money to do something, do it that way. All right? So like I told you at the beginning, my coaching is not for everybody. It is for people that want to achieve great results. And this thing, it makes a big difference. Get very clear on your finances. Number 3, build a database. I don't care if the database is only 5 people. I want you to start building a database right from day 1. The people in your database are the most valuable things in your real estate business. I know it's very in these days to go out and generate leads online, where the possibility of everybody in your town being a potential client. But trust me, the majority of the transactions that you will do in real estate will come from people that you know. And on this list, you should put people that know you, like you, and trust you already, that might have a possibility of referring you business in the future. I'm not going to talk too much about how to generate leads with this database, but one thing I really like to do is get a short list for new agents. If that's 5 people, good. I prefer it to be 10 at least. And if that person on the list owns real estate, just print off what's sold on their street and then write down a nice note. Say, hey Sandra, I noticed that this property sold on your street. I thought you might find this interesting. Just wanted to let you know I'm in real estate now if ever you need help with your real estate needs. Put that in an envelope, put it in the mail. There you go. You got a potential client that knows now that you're in real estate. If ever she's out talking in the neighborhood, the neighbor says that they're thinking about selling, you might get a client out of just that simple contact. So build a database and keep in touch with those people. Number 4, time block the important things. If you're new to real estate and if you're coming over from any other type of industry, real estate is really different. It takes up all of your time. And I'm not saying that, poor me, I'm in real estate, I work all the time. No, you need to schedule the time for yourself in. If you've got wife or husband, girlfriend, boyfriend, kids, people that you really want to spend time with, I would highly recommend that you book in that time in your schedule before anything else. If the kids have a soccer game, if there's a date night with your spouse every single week, if there's a day that you would like to take off, if Sundays is a day that you want to not work, then book it in your calendar right away. Don't worry about not working hard enough. Real estate will take up all of your time if you let it. So make sure you book the important things in your schedule to start off, okay? That is number 1, your health, the relationship with the important people in your life, those are a priority, okay? Everything else can be done after that is taken care of. I'm not saying not to work. I'm saying take care of the important things in your life first, all right? I hope that's clear. Also on that topic, booking the important things, there are some very important things in real estate. Lead generation, lead follow-up, practicing your skills, listening to great content online from great coaches. Good job, you're doing that right now. But I recommend that you book those into your calendar. If you want to do some type of lead generation, whether it's reaching out to a database, doing some door knocking, cold calling, trying to generate some leads on social media, just book it in your calendar. It doesn't need to be, a 4-hour time block. I want you to commit to something, whatever that is, reaching out to 2 people that you already know per day. If you do that consistently, and you do it 5 times a week, that's 10 contacts every single week. That's 520 contacts every single year. I don't know what your goal is, but a lot of agents would blow their goal out of the water if they stayed consistent with contacting just 2 people a day. All right? It's great. All right, number 5, read the great books. I know some of you are readers. That's great. That's how I learn a lot of the stuff that I know. Maybe you like to listen to audiobooks, but some of the ideas in these books have shaped my career. They've changed my mind on a lot of things. They've set my life in a new direction that I would not have gone into if I hadn't read these books. A few of the great books out there: Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This book is almost 100 years old, and the principles in it still apply today. There's no doubt about that. The 4-Hour Workweek, written by Tim Ferriss, 2007. Concepts in that book: the Pareto Principle, Pareto's Law, and Parkinson's Law. Read the book. They are life-changing if you haven't heard about them before, all right? The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, one of my favorite books. The Millionaire Real Estate Agent book by Gary Keller, still a very, very good roadmap to achieve real estate success. Okay, number 6. What else did I write down here? Yes, very important. Stay away from negative people. I can't really describe the negative people because everybody's different, but you know exactly the people I'm talking about, right? It's the people in your life that you walk up to and you say, hey, I'm getting into real estate, and my mentor, this guy I listened to on YouTube, he said I need to set a goal, and I think I'll set a goal for $120,000 this year. If you believe in yourself and you have somebody that says, that's crazy, man, you'll never achieve that, why not set something more realistic? That would be somebody that I would probably want to stay away from just for a bit, you know. That might be your brother, your sister, your parents sometimes. And people say those things for a variety of reasons. You know, it could be because they want to protect you. They don't want you to set your sights so high that you might end up hurting yourself. It could be that they're just sad because they're not achieving those things, right? It's, oh man, like if my friend goes out and achieves like these tremendous goals, then you know I'm going to feel horrible about myself. You know, some people do that, and you know, you might not want to talk about your goals with those people, or maybe you want to avoid them for a bit, you know, and see how your life goes. If it goes well, you know, I know you can't break off some relationships. Parents and family, you know, super important. We talked about that before, but you got to be careful. You can't share your goals with everybody, all right? You want to stay with positive people. You want to surround yourself with other real estate agents that want to achieve great success. If you hang out with people that really don't have interesting goals, you know, they're not going to be pumped about you doing proactive lead generation, because they're going to be more interested in talking about why it's not working out. And trust me, I've seen this throughout the years in my real estate career. I've seen the positive agents win and the negative agents just complain and not do much of anything. Sad, but it's true. Number 7, find a mentor. There's lots of mentors out there. There's lots of good coaches. I myself have a lot of content out there on YouTube. If you haven't checked it out, I recommend that you go look at it. But I'm saying that because I think it's more important that you find a mentor that you like and follow what they're teaching. If that's for 6 months, for a year, for a career, you know, length, you know, for your entire career, just find somebody and listen to what they have to say. I know the stuff that I talk about works because I've been there. I've tried everything. You know, I've tried all these things that I'm talking about, and I know it works. I also know that other coaches out there are coaching things that really worked out for them. So I think it's more important that you find somebody that you click with, that you like, and follow their advice, as compared to somebody who would just listen a bit here and a bit there, and you know, do a bit of stuff that works with this coach and other stuff that works with this other coach. You know, you might get lost in trying new things. I would prefer that you try a few lead generation tactics and really hone in the skills related to those tactics. I myself, I teach all of my students to generate leads from repeat and referral business. It's the best type of business. It doesn't cost a lot of money to market. And when you get a client, it's usually somebody that's ready to transact right away. It's probably going to be somebody that you really get along with because they're coming in from your sphere of influence, from the people that you already know. All right, so pick a mentor. I'm going to go through the list real quick. Number 1, set an exciting goal. Super important. Number 2, get clear on your finances. Don't get caught up in payments that you can't afford and turning your real estate career into a prison that you absolutely need to make a sale in order to make payments that you can't afford. Number 3, build a database. I don't care if it's small, it will grow. just like a snowball going down a mountainside. It will grow with time, but start building it right from day one. Number 4, time block the important things. Personal life, time with your family, the important people in your life, then block in the business stuff, lead generation, lead follow-up, practicing your skills. Number 5, read the great books. I gave you the list earlier. Number 6, stay away from negative people. Try to spend time with positive people. And number 7, follow a mentor and stick with that mentor. All right, guys, so there you have it. If you do that list, I guarantee that you will have success in real estate. You need to put in work, and you need to be very, very dedicated to this career. There's no doubt about it. But do these things and you will find success, and you will build a life that you actually love, that you enjoy going to work, right? You're not going to be stressed out because you're not seeing your family. All these things here are super important. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did enjoy it, leave a like. If there's anything that you would add to this list, mention it in the comments section down below. We've got a lot of people starting to appear in this community, and there are a lot of positive people, and I love the community that's building around this channel. If you guys are new here, make sure you subscribe to this channel. There's tons of new content that comes out, and if you'd like to learn anything about the real estate industry, let me know down below. What would you like us to talk about? All right, I will see you guys on the next video next week. Ciao.